It's now time to talk to Joe Ketchum. He's a park supervisor for West Bloomfield Parks. We're to talk about some of their upcoming projects and updates in the park in the new year in 2022. Joe, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
You're welcome. Glad to be here. What do you want me to talk about first? We have three major projects this summer. First one I'll start off with is an important one. We're going to be installing hawk lights along our trail network, the West Bloomfield Trail. These hawk lights will be at the intersections of what we call Orchard Lake number 2, which crosses Orchard Lake Road between Pine Lake and Orchard Lake, and then what we call Orchard Lake number 3 crossing, which is up by Orchard Lake St. Mary's and Pine Lake Country Club. So those are two major intersections along the West Bloomfield Trail that are obviously crossing a major road in Orchard Lake. And these hawk lights we installed hopefully in the fall. And it's a combination of what they call tri-party money. So we're putting in money, and the county road commission will put in money, and the county will be putting in money. And we'll actually be using the money from both West Bloomfield Township and the city village of Orchard Lake.
Joe, for those hawk lights, what will they add to those intersections there? Is it for visibility or safety? Could you explain a little bit on how those will impact the roads?
Sure. The hawk lights are actual stoplights. They'll actually be flashing red lights that will then eventually go to a solid red. So the traffic will have to stop for the pedestrians and bikers that are crossing the road there on Orchard Lake. And that's really the primary safety concern that we have, is getting across Orchard Lake Road at both those intersections.
Joe, you guys are also having a new parking lot at the Drake resurfaced pickleball and tennis courts. Can you tell us about that project?
Sure. Let's go with a more fun project. We're going to be resurfacing the pickleball courts and tennis courts, not only at Drake Sports Park, but at Keith Sports Park up on the north end of the township. Basically, every 5 years, we do a resurfacing of our tennis courts and pickleball courts. That entails filling cracks. A lot of times the asphalt will crack. Michigan winters do not do tennis courts or pickleball courts any good. And so we go and we fix the cracks, and we put a thin membrane over those cracks so you will not see those cracks in the future. And then they repaint, resurface the lines and the outline of the pickleball courts with new color coding. So that's an exciting project. We hope to get all that done at the same time we're doing what we're calling phase 3 of the Drake Road Sports Park parking lot. The last 2 years, we've done phase 1 and phase 2 of the parking lot at Drake Road Sports Park. And phase 3 will be the front entrance and the front parking lot. The front parking lot, which is near the tennis courts. Sadly, with that project, we will be closing the park for a short period of time. We don't know exactly when. We hope to start construction in April. Sometime in May, the park will be closed to the public, as we have to do the front entrance driveway into the parking lot. And that's probably a 2 to 3 week period where the park will be closed. But we will keep people abreast of that project. Then they can find out that information by calling our front desk or by checking out our website at wbparks.org.
Joe, you guys also recently adopted some new master plan updates. Could you go over some of the highlights for that master plan and how they'll be impacting the parks here in West Bloomfield?
Sure. Obviously, people can look at that master plan on wbparks.org. That's where they can get access to it and look at all of our 5-year plan projects. But really what we've stressed and what we've identified is a need for a permanent senior center, community center, which would be hopefully up here at our main office at the Recreation Activity Center at the Civic Center site here on Walnut Lake Road. That would be our priority number 1. But we also did a separate master plan for Drake Road Sports Park. With Drake Road Sports Park, what has come out of that master plan would be an additional bathroom facility where near the shelter and playgrounds, or a complete new playground. The playground at Drake is over 20 years old. It needs an update. So we'd look at a renovation or having a complete new playground area. Pickleball courts, pickleball is expanding and exploding all over the country. We would look to expand our pickleball courts from 4 courts to 8, kind of in the same area that they're at right now. We'd also look at renovating the skate park with new ramps, and eventually the tennis courts would get completely redone, ripped out, and new tennis courts put in. We also would like to look at possibly having a on our top soccer field, which would be where we'd have the new playground. Next to that would be a dedicated turf area for our sports camps.
Very fun updates happening in West Bloomfield. Joe, as we wrap up here, is there anything else that you wanted to share about those projects and updates that you guys have coming up in the new year, or anything else going on with West Bloomfield Parks?
I would just say, just keep an eye open, on our website to see updates for any possible park closures and court closures, and to, if anybody has ideas, to make sure that they let our parks commissioners know and let the staff know. But that's what the master plan process was about, was getting public input, and this is where we've landed with our public input on what the residents of West Bloomfield are looking forward to, and hopefully we can provide those services and those facilities in the near future.
Well, Joe, thank you so much for joining me. We appreciate you taking the time out of your day.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.